On TVC News at 1, we are staying with the arrest of the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, who was arrested by operatives of the Department of State Services. In a statement by the NLC's Head of Information and Public Affairs, Benson Okpa, the union said Mr. Ajaero was on his way to the United Kingdom on the invitation of the Trade Union Congress of Britain when he was picked up at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The NLC president was to attend and address the global gathering of workers at the Congress of the Trade Union in the UK, a platform where critical discussions on workers' rights, social justice and economic fairness are discussed. Following Mr. Ajaero's arrest, the NLC has put all its affiliates, state councils and civil society allies on alert. Joe Ajaero's arrest is coming about 1 week after he honored an invitation by the police over an investigation into terrorism financing. We're monitoring that development and we'll be bringing you more updates on it. Back here in Lagos State, members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria earlier today embarked on a picketing exercise. The workers are protesting against alleged anti-labor practices. Workers barricaded the entrance of the Nikonde Energy Company Limited. In the early hours of the day, all workers prevented workers of Nikonde Energy from gaining entrance into its office located in Victoria Island, Lagos. Some of the grievances are the closure of collective bargaining agreements, non-remittance of pension deducted from workers' salaries, no promotion for workers, and not allowing workers to unionize. Earlier on the news, one of the labor leaders, that's on TVC News at 12, spoke with us on some of the issues that led to today's picketing.
We are here to inform the entire country that Nikonde and Nest Oil is notorious for anti-labor practice. For over 10 years, they have refused to give a member collective bargaining agreement, pension not remitted but deducted, leave allowance not paid, including things as little as furniture. And we have been appealing in the last 5 years consistently, and there had not been a feedback. And therefore, the National Executive Council of Pengassan and the Central Working Committee authorized that we picket them. This is just a warning picketing, just a warning. After today, if due diligence is not achieved, we will shut down both the Nikonde head office for 2 months and the field operation, that is OML 42.
Let's talk politics. The National Executive Council of the Labour Party has reviewed the decision of the National Convention to reserve its presidential ticket to Peter Obi and governorship slot for Alex Otti. The party says it condemns in strong terms the convener of the meeting in Abia State, which according to them is built on illegality. It insists all the outcome of the meeting is nullity, and the party is hereby dissociating itself from the convener and the resolutions passed. The National Executive Council then passed a vote of confidence on the leadership of Julius Abure-led National Working Committee of the Labour Party. Let's now bring in our senior reporter, Ademola Lawrence, who joins me on the news at 1 for this developing report. Ademola, help us better understand the position of the Labour Party's National Executive Committee regarding its presidential ticket and the slot it's initially reserved for Governor Alex Otti. We'll return to Ademola in shortly for some updates on that because he's covering that story. In the meantime, we turn our attention to Niger State where the death toll in Sunday's tanker explosion along the Lapai Agaye Road has risen to 59. This latest figure is according to the Niger State Emergency Management Agency. A mass burial had earlier been conducted for 48 victims. Chanemi Bami reports.
Residents of Dendo community in Niger State woke up to the aftermath of a tragic accident on the Lapai-Agaye Federal Highway. The explosion occurred when a trailer carrying cattle from Kano to Lagos State attempted to drive past a petrol tanker that had fallen by the roadside. Eyewitnesses say the tanker spilled petrol into potholes on the road and the trailer's hot exhaust pipe ignited the fuel, causing a massive explosion. The Niger State Emergency Management Agency arrived at the scene about 10:30 a.m. today, confirming that 48 people were killed in the inferno, while 8 others are receiving treatment